This is about lean management, whatever that may mean. Lean is the way to eliminate waste, and assume we know the basic principle of techniques Toyota has developed, which is to focus on the shop floor where the action is, and to manage the situation and improve the situation where the ultimate value is added in terms of the quality, like Poka-yoke, in terms of the quick delivery and lower inventory, like a Kanban, and cost reduction by eliminating the waste of movement, layout, processing, things like that. And assuming that we know what lean is, which by itself is a fairly difficult thing to understand because it requires dedicated effort, years of experience at the shop floor to see the waste and organize the situation, incorporate people's talent in doing so. And it requires not the small improvement here and there, but somehow integrate all of those. So when we talk about lean management, I see the same concept applied as we use those techniques of lean at the shop floor. Things has to be clearly organized, even the stranger can understand. Good and bad is easily noticed so that people can take action. As in the case of visual management, Poka-yoke, Andon, things like that, or Jidoka. So, as much as what we do at the shop floor in incorporating those techniques, we want to look at the management in a similar eyes. In this case, one important point I see is to look at the management from the shop floor point of view to see everything is aligned to add the most value, and all the coordination activities of management, key performance indicators, plans, managerial activities of reporting, and creating the rhythm of PDCA, Plan, Do, Check, Act, is somehow well linked to the lean idea. I wrote a book I call Red Book, in English, New Manufacturing Challenge, to discuss about the lean. That is the foundation, the techniques of continuous improvement. And then later, I published another book. I wrote another book called The New Shop Floor Management, which is pretty much linked to what we call here a lean management. How to have the managers to be lean in what they do, maximize the contribution, value added in management activity. And the result of that is the idea of the mini company, which is to see each unit of the organization as self-managing entity where people have ownership and accountability, and to run the business as if that's your own company and be responsible to satisfy the customer, utilizing the resources in the most efficient manner. So if we have those mini companies throughout the whole organization, orienting to self-manage the process for the customer satisfaction, tied to the quality, assuring the quality, tied to the delivery, short lead time with low inventory, and assure the cost to be the minimum for the customers to appreciate what you produce, while you have the safety of what you do and the morale of the people who are there to find the meaning in what they do. As the president of the mini company or the group of the mini company, to satisfy the customer and manage the whole situation, and at the same time find the meaning in what they do. So ultimately they find the destiny in their hand, because if you can manage the mini company, the unit of the organization, well, to satisfy the customer, achieve what you projected, achieve and accomplish the goals which connect to the achieving the mission, you are managing well in that unit, given the resources you have. And you can prove that to your bosses, I call bankers, so that the things are self-managing. And if all of those units of organization, as many companies are running well, and the bankers, the bosses, are coordinating these activities well in the most efficient manner to appreciate the talent of the people, but also linked to the strategy of the company, then we have the alignment of the people, lean idea practice in management and connecting to customer satisfaction and the strategic orientation of the company to get the most, while you find the meaning in what you do. Also, along with this mini company, I proposed to use the idea of the visual management. Here I call it the glass wall management, so that the process of the management is clear for everyone to understand. Like at the shop floor, we see the managerial units, the bosses, the mini companies, operation and so forth, to be made visible, comprehensible for everyone to understand, so that we can collect the wisdom of people to produce the maximum result for the customer satisfaction and again accomplish the mission. So if I listen to the word lean management, those two books put together, one on the techniques of continuous improvement, lean, and the other being the managerial aspect of the mini company operations, and the integration of that along with the glass wall management compared to black box or brick wall management, where the managerial processes are not clear for everyone. There's no heartbeat of PDCA, Plan Do Check Act. There's no harmony among the mini companies and the management process. And there's no rhythm of PDCA and tone that each unit is functioning very well. If those three elements of the harmony, rhythm and tone are missing, then as in the case of the shop floor, developing the flow and smooth, continuous flow, streamlined flow of the value-added process, we don't have the alignment of the management to do the same. So, in my view, when I talk about the mini company idea, or Glasswall management comprehensiveness. Those are, in my view, a very basic management discipline that we have to practice. Everybody, of course, should know who are the customers and suppliers. They should know the missions. They should know the KPI, key performance indicators. They should understand the PDCA, the heartbeat, almost like a takt time. And then way of doing the work, which is to solve the problem, implement, or also to educate people, because we identify the area, exposing the problem, and address it on time, as much as we do with the use of Poka-yoke, Andon, Kanban, Jidoka, all of those. We apply those same idea in a managerial process by the use of the visual management, Glasswall management, and mini company where every one unit is performing the best of what they can. And that idea can be also tied to the policy management, where the policy, or let's call it the strategy of the company, is shared by incorporating all the ideas of what's going on in the marketplace and competition, and orient the whole company from the top, but also appreciating what people can help address the problem within the organization. In a few minutes to talk about this may not be so easy. What is lean management? But basically, those are the elements, the ideas and techniques that we need to incorporate. I've written books on the lean techniques. I've written books on the shop floor management and mini company Glasswall management. And in my view, if you incorporate those, the whole organization becomes lean. I have visited many countries and promoted those ideas. Many are moving forward. There are a lot to be done. Maybe the last point that I would highlight here about lean management and lean manufacturing, which is a lean value added process. The last point is that it's not just a technique. It's not just about the management concept, but also tied to the understanding of the human behavior, what we do, what we appreciate, how we find the meaning, how we find the passion in what we do. So ultimately, lean management should connect to appreciate the talent of people. And that has to be the foundation. The people within the organization, as well as people, customers, suppliers, and all around, so that the whole business becomes more harmonious and being able to produce more, perhaps even connecting to the sustainability, eco-friendly, and harmonious society. And I hope in this seminar that is proposed can address the element of those, and at the end you can digest, integrate those ideas in what you do. I wish you my very best luck for your future endeavor, and hope you enjoy the journey